It was a quiet evening in our small town, the kind of night where the stars twinkled like diamonds against the dark velvet sky. I had just settled into my favorite armchair with a good book when my dog, Rusty, started barking furiously outside. Rusty was a gentle old hound, not one to raise a fuss unless there was something truly unusual. Curious, I set my book aside and headed out to see what had him so worked up. As I stepped onto the porch, I saw Rusty standing at the edge of the yard, his tail wagging but his posture tense. "Rusty, what's going on, boy?" I called out. But Rusty didn't budge. He let out a low growl, then barked again, more urgently this time. I hesitated, a shiver running down my spine. But Rusty was no ordinary dog, he was a loyal companion who had never led me astray. So, I grabbed a flashlight from inside and cautiously approached the glowing light. As I got closer, the light became brighter, more intense, and I could see that it wasn't just any light. It was a strange, pulsing orb, hovering a few feet above the ground, and next to it stood a figure, small, with smooth, pale skin, and large, almond-shaped eyes that reflected the light like mirrors. For a moment, I was too stunned to move. My mind raced with disbelief, fear, and a strange sense of awe. But Rusty, ever the brave one, took a step forward and sniffed the air. The alien crouched down, reaching out a slender hand toward Rusty, and to my amazement, Rusty wagged his tail and licked the alien's fingers as if they were old friends. They communicated in a way I couldn't understand but was clearly a language all their own. It was as if they were exchanging secrets of the universe, truths beyond my comprehension. I watched in awe as the alien and Rusty interacted, the glowing orb casting an otherworldly glow on their forms. The alien seemed fascinated by Rusty, gently patting his head and making soft cooing noises. Rusty, in turn, nuzzled the alien, his tail wagging faster than I had ever seen. After what felt like an eternity but was probably only minutes, the alien stood up, giving Rusty one last pat. Then, with a graceful motion, it stepped back into the light. The orb began to pulse faster. The alien let out a soft, melodic sound that seemed to resonate with the night air, and Rusty responded with a joyful bark, its glow intensifying until it was almost blinding. I shielded my eyes, and when I looked again, the alien and the orb were gone, vanished into the night as if they had never been there. Rusty trotted back to me, his eyes bright and his tail still wagging. He barked once, as if to say, "Did you see that?" I knelt down, scratching his ears and feeling an overwhelming sense of wonder. I knew what I had witnessed would change my life forever, even if I couldn't quite understand it. From that night on, Rusty would sometimes sit at the edge of the yard, staring into the woods as if waiting for his new friend to return. And though the alien never came back, I couldn't shake the feeling that somewhere out there, in the vastness of the universe, a connection had been made. A bond between a simple earthbound dog and a visitor from the stars, two beings who, in their own way, had found a common ground beyond the boundaries of their worlds. And every time I looked up at the night sky, I couldn't help but smile, wondering what secrets Rusty had learned from his alien friend, and if, perhaps, they would meet again someday.